Hello everybody, Happy New Year's. I wanted to show you one of my favorite products. It's called the Freedom Filer system, and it has really helped me organize all our paper. Here's a little bit of what my files used to look like. I used to do these little subfolders. I'd do a main folder category with subfolders, and then these subfolders would end up growing and growing and growing, and they would get so fat and chunky. All these different things that I couldn't read behind. I didn't know where to put things sometimes. I would have like a miscellaneous folder, and it just was kind of messy, and I would put things in there and forget about it, and I wouldn't really know where I had put it. So with this Freedom Filer system, let me show you what it looks like now. Okay, here's my Freedom Filer system and what it looks like now. I really like how everything is very color coordinated. I like that I don't have subfolders. They actually do sell an option to have subfolders, but I really feel like this is a cleaner, easier way to see everything. I can see every tab. Actually, this tab got moved over. This needs to be right here. I'll move that in a second. But I like that I can just read over everything. I don't have to move anything, and there's no folders that are getting too fat. And everything is just really well contained, and it really helps you know how to purge all of your paperwork. So let me show you a little bit how this works. So this first section, right here with the orange labels, says remove replace, and this says school. So I have put a little sticker initial for each of my girls on there. Every year, from January to December, I keep in here all their schoolwork, artwork, stuff that I want to keep, and then at the end of the year I take it out. It's very empty, as you can see, because it's January. I take it out and I put it in another little memento filing box that I have that I can later give them as when they get married or whatever, grow up. But for now, so it will only have 1 year of paperwork in here. And I really, in the first place, as a homeschooler, I don't keep every single paper they do. I don't think the schools do that either. I just keep my favorites and maybe like their tests and stuff, just to show a little, example of what they've been doing and their progress in school. So these don't get too full, and it's nice. I like having them right at the front section so that the girls know right where to put it, and they can come here and find their initial and stick their paperwork in here if I want to keep it. With the next section, I have, this is called the active section. It's the gray labels. I have different things I can put in here. So I have coupons. I can stick coupons in here. I haven't been couponing a lot since we've been living at my mom's house. Although I'm thinking about jumping back in it, I just, when we moved, some things went and I just didn't do them. I have entry work, so things that need to be entered maybe into the computer and then they can be filed away. Errands, so this is all things that are active that you would be doing, you're in the process of doing. Errands out boxes, a lot of times you get like a book or paperwork that you need to take maybe to the bank or to your sister or brother or whoever. This is really nice to have so it doesn't get lost on a desk somewhere. It's really nice to have a file for everything so you don't have to have stacks of paper clutter on your desk. Here is another active event, so maybe we're going to a play and I need tickets or something. I can put the tickets in here so I don't lose them, or it's just there in case. I don't really use that normally. It would go in my purse too. Insurance billing, this did get used very recently. Our car got broken into and pretty much all of Daniel's videography equipment got stolen, so it was like several $1,000s of stuff was stolen from us. So we had all kinds of paperwork in here. They wanted to see receipts of every single camera that got stolen, every single thing that got stolen. And so I had the police reports, everything in here. It was crazy. And that was actually really handy because it was all right here. I didn't lose it and I knew right where to go. Because if you've ever done any kind of insurance thing, that takes a long time. So legal, thankfully we haven't had to use that right now, but I guess if you were in a legal matter, you could put all the paperwork there. Meetings, pay, if there was a bill that you weren't going to pay quite yet, but you needed to keep it on hand to pay it, you can stick it in here so it doesn't sit on your desk. To read, a lot of times I get paperwork for Daniel that he doesn't have the time to read right now, but I think maybe he wants to read it, or maybe I'll want to read it. I'll stick it in here. We can read it and then toss it, or whatever we want to do. Reconcile, that's for, reconcile reports. Share, some of these I don't use, but I have them here just in case I could use them. Sort, some of these are, you don't have to put these in. Preparation, if you're in the process of doing your taxes and you want all your papers put together, whatever you're doing. To do work, banking. So in the banking file, I like to keep, you know, checkbooks and new things like that. Filing labels, this actually is where I keep the labels for this system. Here's the packet that they sent to me. I don't have the cardboard that it was in. It was like a cardboard envelope anymore. I just kept this resealable envelope. And so inside you have all your stickers with all the label categories. Sorry, doing it one-handed. So you can see you have a lot of extra stickers that you don't even use. So maybe you have tons of bank accounts. You could use all of these, and then plus they even have blank ones over here if you had even more that they didn't give you enough for. They have like utility bills, all these kinds of things. So these are all the stickers and things, and I keep them right here in my filing labels, right here with my filing labels. And I have a few other things that aren't being used right now, but I had, and I just want to keep them for when I want to file something or label something. So I also have financial worksheets here. We did some Dave Ramsey, so I have several Dave Ramsey worksheets in there that I can photocopy and make new ones of. Greeting cards, that's actually really handy to have. I never thought that would be nice, but it's really nice to have some like blank thank you cards and, you know, whatever cards, birthday cards for the last minute if you need them. Mailing, that would be like envelopes, stamps, packing checklists. Those are really nice to have, although most of the time I use Trello for my checklists, but my dad does have one camping checklist that we print out, and it's nice to have in there. Planning and to do. Sometimes you're just in the middle of a project and you have papers that go along with it, and you know, whatever, paint chips, whatever. It's nice to just be able to put it in here so it's not sitting around. Pending is another one, things that are in the process but aren't done yet. And then stationery. Stationery kind of goes with greeting cards, but it's more like just paper and notepads and stuff. Okay, so those are all the active things that are happening right now. Actually, these are supplies right here. These last ones are supply categories. The green section, what I do with these is whenever you get something in the mail, like say a water bill or electricity bill, and say it's my January electricity bill, you would take it and stick it, after you've paid it, you stick it in here so that you have it in case you need it for reference. These, you'll keep all of these in here, but they will be replaced in the next odd year. So all of these papers I will take out and trash and shred for the year 2017. If something happens, say I need to look up, you know, my water bill in July and see how much I paid or something, I can go right to it and find it, and it's really easy to find. But these are all things that you purge. You really don't need to keep your bills like that for years and years and years, but normally 2 years is plenty of time to have it, and then you can purge it and you probably won't need to ever see it again. So it's all those kind of things. The red section is things that you never ever want to throw away. Rear would be maybe like your, what are those called? Your resume, things like that. Certificates and ID, this would be like birth certificates, also like marriage certificates, stuff like that. Social security cards. And this, they have these little stickers with the exclamation points I put on here. These with the exclamation points are things that I would probably like to put in a fireproof safe someday, but I don't have that right now. It's nice to have the exclamation point to remind you, like, this one's really important. You don't really want to lose all that because it would be a pain to get them all back. Health is permanent records of your health things that you've had, so I put a little initial for each child, so it's Daniel, Beth, and then the kids. And then same with health vision. That's a separate section as well. And memories. Memories are permanent too, but I actually pull out memories. I kind of keep the memories in the girls folders, but if Daniel and I have a memory, something or other that we want to keep, I'll put it in here, and then at the end of the year I'll take it out and put it into our memory file box. I also really like that the company sends you these little tabs to note like to mark the new section. So this says interest and projects. So I haven't used a lot of these purple ones. I only have this one out here, but this is like maps and directions. I thought that could be helpful if we get a map. Sometimes people give you a map to their house or something, although that's kind of ancient nowadays with cell phones being so smart. But sometimes we get a map or something that we want to keep, and we'll put it in here. Okay, in the back here we have odd year tax forms category. So, sorry. Here I have the income and forms. I have deductions, gifts, like donations, deductions, medical, and deductions other. Actually, I don't use deductions other very much. I might get rid of that one just so it's out of the file cabinet. But work expenses, work meals and entertainment, work transit, and other expenses. Since we have a home business, we do deduct our miles and like sometimes like our eating out and stuff that's work related. So it's nice to have all those categories, and it's already everything is pre-organized. When I go to do my taxes, everything's where I need them to be, so I don't really have to like sort through all the papers that hard. It's just right here. So it's really nice that all year long I'm entering what I need in the right categories. Here's the bottom section of my file cabinet. Okay guys, here's the bottom section of my file cabinet. I have some more of the forms that I don't use every day in the bottom drawer. I do have a lot more of these remove replace sections. Utility info on energy. You know how your energy company sends you periodically like the minutes or whatever, all that information. You don't have to keep every single booklet. So you just take out the old one and you put a new one in, and it just really helps you stay on top of all of the paper clutter that's given out. This is really nice. I love this part about this system. This 2015 last year was right here, year 5. If it ends with a 5, it was 2015. So right now we're in this 2006. So I haven't done this yet, but I can take all of this, which was actually from 2006. This was my taxes and different things like that I put in here. Like after you do your taxes and you have all those papers left over, you're supposed to keep them for like 10 years. So you stick them in here, leave them in there in case you need to see them, in case you get audited or something. I can take all this out, shred it all, and then year 6, the end of this year, my taxes will go in here. So it's really nice how it self-purges, and then you go to year 9, see the same thing. This would be 2019 next. And then you take out the old and you put in the new. So it doesn't get overwhelmed, and you know right where your old tax statements and things like that you need to keep. Anything that you feel like you need to keep for at least 10 years, you can stick in here that's more in case you need to go back and reference it. So that's really nice to have. I really like that. And then here is the even year. So I need to take this section out now and replace it over here with the odd year. So I'm going to take these out, take anything out of here, shred them if I need to, or toss them, and then I'm going to put these up top because this is now an even year, 2016. So now when I get things, bills and stuff this month or whatever it is, and I paid them, I will just stick them in here and I will have them for 2 years in case I need to ever, for some weird reason, go back and look back. And then in the back again it has the even year taxes. So this will be, I will also take these out and put them up top, and I'll start filling any kind of tax papers and receipts and things into here. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how I do use the Freedom File system, and I'm really, really loving it. Like, this has completely helped me stay organized and decluttered in the paper section. I really love all of these right here where I can actively put things. I like the supplies folders where I can keep stationery. I even have one in the very back that I keep like scrapbook paper and colored paper in for the girls to be able to pull out and draw on. And I just love that nothing is out on top of my desk. It's all inside the file cabinets. So it really keeps all the paper clutter out of sight. Amazon sells the Freedom File system. I will put my affiliate link down below. So if you buy through my link, I will get a small percentage of the sale. But I am definitely not pushing this just for a sale. This is totally worth it. I think this is like the best system that I have used for filing. And if you're like me and just need something a little bit more organized, I think that you'll really appreciate this. And it's really not very expensive to get. So, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any other kind of filing tricks or tips that you use to keep yourself organized, and I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. And I will talk to you guys all next video. See you guys later. Bye. You can't turn it so high. Yeah! Yeah, you're so funny.
Do you like, alright!
You see how his face looks at it?